Well, hello. Here in theory, and I hope also in practice, we are again. This is um, Eden Live, only the second installment of Eden Live, where I am reading all of Eden by Fry from start to finish. If you're completely new to this and have no idea what I'm talking about, then all is not lost, because we're right at the very beginning. This is only the second episode, as it were. And there's a short introduction wherever you're watching this, whether it's on YouTube or on Instagram or on Facebook. You should also be able to find the little introduction, a short introductory video that's about 7 or 8 minutes long. And you will find chapter 1, which is called Dimensions. Eden by Fry is a concept narrative in the here and now about the where, the wherefore, and forever, and it comes in 12 parts. Some of them are really self-contained, like self-contained short stories, for example, and others overlap. And there's a through line, of course. There's an overarching even story that goes through everything from start to finish. And at the moment, we're still in volume 1, which is Dimensions, which is the first of 12 Eden miniatures, which is still very much the exposition. So you have every chance of catching up if you want to. If you go back to episode 1 after this, will have no problem finding your way. And today, I'm going to read the second chapter from Dimensions, which is called The Sultaness. Shaped like a pear, she sits on the bed doing makeup. Her skin is coffee-colored soft. Her eyes smile with secret knowledge, ancient and wise. She is 20. Unrushed and unhurried, she dabs the powder brush to her cheek, her legs folded. Her voluptuousness is contagious. In her lower lip, a golden ring. She looks like a goddess, and when she gets up, her vast midriff and buttocks bounce to the stoic rhythm of her stately gait. Gracious and large, she beams life into whatever sphere encompasses her. Gorgeous is she. I remember her as I look up at the waitress who is taking my order, who by contrast is gamin and lean and angular too. I appreciate her angularity more than I like it, but then angular so am I. Assembled in the right way, we two could make quite a pattern. But I am seated at a table on my own, still puzzled as to why I am here, and she, with her dark brown eyes and dark brown hair, makes me feel I belong here. I have pale blue eyes and no hair to speak of, except in places where it flummoxes now and perturbs me. I order a Turkish coffee and fresh lemon juice, and I'm given a moment to look at the menu and decide what to eat. I am ravenous, which makes me think I maybe haven't eaten in a while. How long does it take to get from Clapham Junction to Beyoğlu? I suppose it depends on the route. My rational mind tells me there can be no Sultaness. Then again, my rational mind tells me I am in Kingston, Surrey, upon the old River Thames. It pleases me to call it the old river, though in truth it is unlikely to be older than most. My rational mind is being irrelevant, I decide, and I order a hamburger with chips because I am hungry, and I don't remember being a vegetarian, though it wouldn't surprise me to find that I was. The Sultaness speaks to me now in perfectly formed elliptical syllables, and she says, "Nearly time to make our grand entrance." I understand her not. I'm trying to remember the night before in the hope that this would lead to something, ideally some sort of explanation, or if not that, then perhaps just a shimmer of clarity. The night before is a blur. I'd come back from Ibiza. I'd been playing water polo at 3 in the morning with some hearty Scandinavians in the pool. That much is certain. From then on in, nothing much is. I wonder where I'll be staying tonight, but my burglar arrives and puts on hold questions and queries alike. Our grand entrance, she'd said. Are we in this together? I wonder, have I still got my phone? And I feel for it in my pocket, and there it is, no missed calls. No voicemail, no text. None new, that is. I am not friendless. Friends! I could phone up a friend. I could call Michael or Richard or David or Sam and say, "Hey, how's it going? What are you up to? Have you any idea what I might be doing in Istanbul?" My rational mind says that that's the way forward. But having relegated my rational mind just a moment ago, I feel sheepish putting it back in charge so inelegantly so soon, and I ask for some mustard instead. The agency hasn't rung to find out where I am. Maybe they sent me here. Unlikely, and also, what for? The fact that the agency hasn't rung to ask how long I'd be before pitching up, allowing one imagines a note of disapproval in their voice at having to chase me, rather than me informing them of my delay due to a detour via Turkey, bodes well and ill simultaneously, and in measure that broadly compares. If they don't miss me, then I'm not in trouble for not showing up. On the other hand, if they don't miss me, perhaps I have ceased to exist. Maybe I have never existed at all, and I'm no more and no less than a figment of my imagination. I like the word figment and decide to use it again soon, but unpaired from imagination, to make it thus more particular to me. The agency hasn't phoned, and it's now, coming up to 11, but Turkey is 2 hours ahead, so that could mean that they might phone any moment. Maybe I should call them right now. Or would that be over hasty, even drastic? Maybe the agency too has ceased to exist, or has never existed at all, and is in fact no more and no less than a figment of its own imagination. Ah yes, I walked right into that one. I notice that I have not run out of cigarettes, and decide to allow myself one now, as the circumstances are clearly extenuating. The ritual of lighting it, then sensation of pulling in the warm air, the exhaling with a lower jaw jutted out just ever so slightly. What obfuscates the atmosphere may yet purge the mind. My headache has gone. That's a relief. And that was chapter 2 of Dimensions from Eden by Fry in the Eden Miniatures series. And that's it for today. I hope to see you on Wednesday. I'm doing this on a twice weekly basis. Of course, these videos will stay online, so you can catch up anytime later and afterwards. Feel free to share. This is public. This is in storytelling and in narration, and I hope to find you again online in only a couple of days' time, with not the third chapter as that happens, but with a little segment that is wedged in between chapter 2 and chapter 3. See you then.